Every parent has seen their baby smile during sleep and thought it means something beautiful, but scientists say the real reason will surprise you. What is actually happening inside your baby's brain is far more fascinating than any myth you have heard. Stay till the end and subscribe now so you never miss the truth behind everyday parenting moments. The smile parents almost always misread. You are sitting next to your baby at night. Everything is quiet, and suddenly your baby makes a little smile. Your heart melts. You think maybe your baby is happy, maybe dreaming about you, maybe feeling safe and loved. Almost every parent in the world believes this same thing. But here is the truth that most people do not know. Scientists have been studying baby sleep smiles for many years now, and what they found is very different from what families believe. These smiles usually happen during a special phase of sleep called active sleep, where the baby's brain is firing signals on its own without any emotion or dream behind it. Research from the Royal Children's Hospital, Melbourne, shows that newborns spend almost 50% of their total sleep time in this active sleep phase, which is more than double what adults experience. During this phase, babies twitch, move their eyes, make faces, and yes, they smile, but none of it is connected to feelings or thoughts. So that beautiful smile you see at 2 in the morning is most likely your baby's brain doing its own internal work, not your baby feeling joy or love while sleeping. What is really happening in the brain? So if the smile is not about happiness, then what is actually going on inside your baby's tiny brain? The answer is something scientists call spontaneous or endogenous smiles, and these come from deep inside the brainstem, not from the emotional parts of the brain. Think of it like this: when you buy a new phone, it runs a system check before you even use it. And that is exactly what your baby's brain is doing during sleep. These smiles are the brain testing its own facial muscles and nerve connections to make sure everything is wired correctly for later use. A detailed study published through the National Science Foundation in 2025, titled "Rethinking the Study of Newborn Sociality," explained that newborn brains are far more active than we ever thought. But this activity is mostly about building and checking neural pathways, not about processing emotions. The researchers found that even in the very first days after birth, the brain is already rehearsing movements and expressions that the baby will need for real social interaction weeks later. So your baby's sleep smile is not a reaction to anything outside. It is the brain quietly preparing itself for the world it has not yet fully entered. Sleep smiles versus real smiles. Now this is where things get really interesting and where many parents get confused. The smile you see when your baby is sleeping and the smile your baby gives you when awake at 2 months old are completely different things controlled by completely different parts of the brain. Sleep smiles are reflexive, meaning they happen automatically without any trigger from the outside world, just like a knee jerk when a doctor taps it. But a real social smile, which usually appears around 6 to 8 weeks of age, is intentional and happens because your baby sees your face, hears your voice, or feels your touch. According to child development data referenced by SenseU, the social smile is one of the earliest and most important milestones in human bonding, because it means the baby's brain has developed enough to recognize and respond to another human being. Before that age, almost every smile you see, whether during sleep or even while awake, is likely a reflex and not a conscious social response. This does not make those early smiles less special, but understanding the difference helps parents know what stage their baby's brain has actually reached. Now tell me honestly in the comments, did you always think your baby's sleep smile was a real smile? Or did you ever wonder if something else was happening? Are babies dreaming something happy? This is the question that almost every parent asks at some point. Is my baby dreaming something beautiful when they smile in sleep? It is a lovely thought, and nobody wants to hear that the answer is probably no. But the science is very clear on this point. Newborn babies do experience active sleep, which is similar to the REM sleep phase where adults dream. But researchers believe that newborn brains are not developed enough to create the kind of organized story-like dreams that adults have. A Japanese research team studied baby macaque monkeys, which are one of our closest relatives in the animal kingdom, and found that these baby monkeys also smile during sleep in exactly the same way human babies do. This was published by Asian Scientist magazine, and it is powerful evidence because monkeys do not have culture, religion, or stories about angels visiting babies at night, yet they still show the same sleep smiles. This tells us that sleep smiling is a biological process that existed long before humans even evolved language or imagination. So while it is not impossible that some form of early brain experience creates pleasant sensations during sleep, the idea that your newborn is having a happy dream about you is almost certainly not what science supports right now. When a smile starts meaning something more. Here's the part that should actually make every parent more excited than any sleep smile ever could. Around 6 to 8 weeks after birth, something amazing happens inside your baby's brain, and this is when the real magic begins. Your baby starts looking at your face, making eye contact, and then slowly, for the first time, gives you a real smile that is meant just for you. This is called the social smile, and it is one of the most important moments in early human development. The 2025 research paper from the National Science Foundation explained that scientists have been underestimating how early babies begin social processing, and the social smile is the first visible proof that your baby's brain has crossed a major development line. This smile means your baby now recognizes you as a person, responds to your voice and expressions, and is beginning the lifelong process of human connection and bonding. Unlike the sleep smile, which is automatic and random, this smile is earned by you through weeks of talking, holding, feeding, and being present. Every moment you spent caring for your baby in those early weeks was quietly building toward this one powerful milestone. Drop a comment and tell me, do you remember the exact moment your baby gave you their first real social smile? And how did it make you feel? So that little sleep smile is not dreams or angels. It is your baby's brain quietly building itself for the moment it will smile back at you for real. That is science, and that is beautiful. If this changed how you see your baby, hit subscribe right now and share this with every parent you know.